Hey guys, happy Monday, May 23rd. I wanted to just make a quick video and share a couple thoughts on the differences between appraisal, market value, and why they're important in what is becoming a very volatile market. And this applies to an experience that I just had, a property that I had sold. I represented a buyer a couple weeks back. We went to closing on Friday, so we successfully closed. But what happened was, or I should say, start with basically appraisal and market value, right? Appraisal, by definition, is an expert's opinion of the value. And whereas market value says that's what is a ready, willing, and able buyer willing to pay a ready, willing, and able seller. So no duress involved, etc., just fair market value. And so what we're finding in a market where we are now, appraisal is important because mortgage companies, and there are mortgages on over 2/3 of residential transactions that close. When a mortgage company is financing a purchase, they base the fundamentals of the loan structure upon the appraised value, not the contract sales price. And so what the property ultimately appraises for is an important part of the transaction. In this market, I have a lot of good friends that are appraisers and have known for a long time. It's not an easy job in today's market because the market's moving so fast, or has moved so fast over the last 2 years, that the most recent sales comparisons that an appraiser has to work with are absolutely going to be less money than the new contract price. It's just the nature of the way the market's moving. So they have a difficult job. But then on top of that, an appraisal, right? Again, we're referring back to the definition. It's an opinion. It's an expert's opinion on value. And so by opinion, we have to recognize that it's subjective. And that's where we run into a little bit of a challenging market, because the opinion that they place on adjustments that are made from the subject property to recently comparable sales is exactly that. It's subjective. What's to make one appraiser's opinion of the improvements that one particular home has, or the location that one particular home has? What's to make one appraiser's opinion more valuable than another, or more valuable than a real estate broker that's been working in the trenches for these last couple of months and recognizing the differences? And in addition, you also have to make adjustments for time on the market, because the number of sales has been low because inventory is very low. So many times we find ourselves going back historically. So now we have to make an adjustment based upon time, because the market certainly has appreciated. That's all well and good. Let me share back now to the transaction that closed last week, right? So it was a sale that took place. Contract was written probably about 5 to 6 weeks ago, and we closed on Friday. Right? We had 2 appraisals done within 2 weeks, 2 different appraisers. One, the property appraised for $335,000. The other, the property appraised for $380,000. That's a wild disparity between 2 experts to determine, fair market value in a 2-week time period. There were adjustments to be made with the sales, with the comparable sales that were at our discretion in both instances. They were both, the subject property was located in an adult community. There were sales, but the sales were back from pre-fall of 2021. So there was an adjustment that had to be made based upon the market conditions. There were also adjustments that had to be made based upon condition. Clearly, one appraiser applied far more value to the time on the market and what the market has done over the months that occurred from the time of the comparable sales to present. And there was also adjustments, again, that were based upon improvements that were made to some of the other properties based upon a price per square foot application. But that's basically it in a nutshell. It's a very volatile market, and we have to place a lot of discretion on what an appraisal really means, and have conversations to really hopefully understand what the metrics are and the adjustments that appraisers are making in a market condition, because their opinions are going to vary greatly, and that can have a massive impact on a sales transaction. Hopefully this made some sense. If you have any questions about the appraisal process or the differences between appraisal and market value, and any questions you've had transactionally that I can help clear up for you, please don't hesitate to reach out. Otherwise, just be prepared as you enter into contract. When financing is a part of the transaction, that the process doesn't end right there. There's time to go and some hurdles in some cases to overcome. And hopefully you can be a little more prepared for what to expect when going down that path. Have a great Monday. Hope to see you soon.